Ahoy there! I'm basically a lifeboat now. Yesterday I rescued a boat off the rocks in the marina, or very, very close to the rocks, on this, my 1979 Scampi 30, which it was the second time I've ever driven it, and only about, I don't know, the 10th time I've ever driven a boat, so that was exciting. I'm thinking of painting her orange now. Anyway, stop waffling. Bumbling Sailor, if you've not it, first time here. Let's just get straight into the video. Let's go. Yeah, so the only reason I was actually out there, I wasn't just looking at my phone. I'm actually setting up the compass on my Orca core, and I went into this area here to do it, which is a large area because I need to go around in circles and stuff like that. Right. So here we go. I'm sort of 80% around the big, massive circle doing the calibration at the minute, and I hear the little boat coming around the corner. I'm actually facing his direction at the minute, or not far off. You can see me looking up. The chap points out where he's going and sort of asking where I'm going, because it looks a bit daft going around in the big circle. So I point to where I'm going, everything's fine. And then I notice his engine's cocked up. It just sort of petered out and died, which is why I'm now sort of concentrating on the boat and seeing if they're alright and stuff like that. Keeping my eye on the motorboat that's coming around also. You can see my vessel swing into view there. That's the thing with these 360 cameras. Yeah, I've practically completed the circle now, and I'm just trying to sort of line up a heading on the compass so I can match them together. All the while just checking on this little boat. The engine's gone now. The motorboat comes past. They didn't ask the motorboat for any help or anything. They just carried on their merry way. Keep just having a little glance over to them. But the wind direction here is actually from the southwest at this time, which means it's basically blowing them slowly onto the rocks there behind them. Sort of faffing around doing the heading stuff, but try and keep abreast of the situation whilst looking at my phone and doing the heading stuff. And after another little check, I think the point of realisation comes that I'm going to have to do something here. So it's full throttle, full tiller, spin her around. Obviously I'm on my own on the boat, so I don't want to be dancing around the boat trying to rescue them and stuff like that, and falling over and ended up in the drink myself. So I'm sort of calculating as I go. So obviously as I'm moving towards it, especially when I get closer, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, now I'm sort of between them and the wind, which means that if my engine conks out, they're basically my fender. I'll be squashing them onto the rocks, and all three of us are in the mire. Bear in mind, like, this is only the second time I've ever driven this boat. It's all very exciting. One chap's still just trying to sort the engine.
Wanna grab a line?
So I had my bowline set up ready to be deployed once I got alongside the dock, so I was shouting at him to grab my bowline off the side of the boat. I think what they heard was set up a line, so they started grabbing a line for themselves.
I'm on my own, so I can't get up there. I'll bring the bow over. Just grab that bow line and I'll pull you backwards.
Which is why I wasn't going to go up to the bow and leave the boat uncontrolled sort of thing and smash into them, so I told them just to grab the front of the boat and
get hold of the boat anyway
I'll
you
sort
can.
of drag them off the rocks. But you can see there that effectively they're about a foot away from being on the rocks. Look, it wasn't a great deal of wind. It probably wasn't going to sink the boat or anything, but it's not a great position to be in. Yeah, and I stopped the boat dead. He picked up the thing and boom, into reverse. And the rescue ensued.
At least get you away from the rocks.
Trying not to go too quickly this time because I didn't want too much pressure on his hands and rip it off. And lo, that is exactly where my 360 camera died. Well, it didn't die. What keeps happening is it just keeps randomly stopping recording. It's happened like 4 or 5 times. I think it's I think it's voice or something like that. Maybe it thinks it hears something and turns itself off. So I'll turn the voice stuff off on it. But anyway, my Osmo kept going, soldiering on for a little while longer. So back to that one.
As long as mine's all right, we'll be okay.
Yeah, so that was me completely jinxing my engine. Luckily it came to nothing on this occasion, but basically, don't jinx your own engine when you're rescuing somebody. That's an idiotic thing to do. But Jeannie Stewart looked after me, so we're all good. Basically what I do is I just slowly drag them off the away from the rocks and sort of position us with my stern into the wind in a safe position, and they try and start the engine over and over. It starts running, but then it just dies again. And coincidentally, so does my camera. But over my shoulder you can see Moonfleet there, and there's a hammerhead pontoon there, which is ultimately where I end up depositing them. And obviously I have no cameras to show you that, so I will just have to regale you with my incredible vocabulary and storytelling abilities, which I'm utterly renowned for. Yeah, spun them round like that. That's how you spin around, and came in diagonally to the dock, like so. That it was actually that way. So the wind was sort of pushing me this way diagonally, but I was motoring forwards, so it sort of brought me diagonally across to the dock, and the chap just threw a line onto a cleat, which I professionally put him right next to, completely by accident, and that was that. It was done. And you know, I thought, you know what, I'm a driving god. There is nobody that can drive a boat as well as me in this entire world. So then I went back to my berth, reversed in and completely cocked it up. I had to have 2 bites at the cherry. But hey ho, that's how it goes. Yeah, I thought I'd just share this video with you. It's a quite fun experience, a bit of a learning experience. Yeah. If you like fat, airy northern idiots talking nonsense to you and stuff, then feel free to subscribe and all that other YouTube nonsensey stuff. Thank you. Oh, it's still fucking recording.